What's up, people? It's your boy Tommy playing some Team Deathmatch on Wasteland. We've all seen enough of Wasteland, admittedly, but I'm just using what games I have on my hard drive. I don't choose the maps that come up. Playing with Dan here, and I'm using my Barrett 50 cal with Sleight of Hand, Stop and Power, and Steady Aim. Pretty standard setup for any sniper rifle, really. I don't make much use of the Deathmatch Pro though, which is the longer, lung capacity thing like Iron Lungs from COD 4 and World of War. Anyways. Whereas you guys know me mostly for using weird perks and setups and stuff, this game is just a normal one. There's nothing particularly special about it, so there's not really too much to go into in terms of my strategy. It was mainly just keep shooting stuff. And so essentially the point I want to make is that whereas normally I'd be using something like lightweight or hardline on a Barrett 50 cal, which is my favourite sniper by the way, I always aim for the head because if you're not using stop and power, you don't get that many one-hit kills. Most people would say you get hit markers, but I think that's a strange way of saying it because even if you kill them, you still get a hit marker. See there, hit marker. Anyways, but yeah, you aim for the head and I think it's the chest above if you're not using stop and power, but from doing that, when you actually put on stop and power, it actually makes you better, in my opinion, because if I just draw a little analogy here, you know when athletes are training for the Olympics and they normally train up in high altitude places because up there in the mountains or whatever, there's low oxygen levels, so they actually have trouble, breathing and respiring while they're training and stuff. So eventually their lungs actually get used to it and they become accustomed to the low oxygen levels. So actually when they move down the altitudes for the actual events, they have an excess of oxygen supply because their lungs are still used to the high altitudes. So really it makes them perform better in the end. And that's really what I'm getting at here with the stop and power thing. It makes you aim more if you're not using it, so when you do start using it, it just makes it that much easier. That's how I feel about sniping. If you've had similar experience, then let me know. Sniping's a bit of a touchy subject because there are so many people who just pure snipe, and that's fine. But you know me as a variety kind of person, so I don't snipe all that often. Then again, I do still enjoy doing it, and actually in a future machinima post, I go into detail between the two different main styles of sniping, which are the campy, hard scope, get lots of kills style, and the quick scope, montage, grizz style, whatever. Both are good. Both are fun if it's what you're into. I try a little bit of both. I tend to be more successful at the slow, hard scoping style though. But I use Sleight of Hand Pro. I think Sleight of Hand Pro is a great addition to the game. Most people would argue that it makes sniping too easy, but for me that's a good thing. I am very happy for it to be made easier. Don't know about you guys, but look at this guy by the way. He was right behind me, I didn't see him. I had to knife him. Yeah, that's one thing I love about the Barrett that the intervention can't do, is basically just spray from the hip. Not recommended when you don't have scavenger, but it saved me quite a few times. It's actually easier with the M21. The main reason I use the M21 is just because it is so versatile, and actually put on something like a javelin where you don't have a specific sidearm for close range, you can still get out of it with the M21, I find, so.
Oh my god.
For my kill streaks, I'm using Harriers, Pavlo, and EMP. In my opinion, the best way to get the EMP emblem if you're still looking to get it. People keep asking me in messages like, how do you get the EMP emblem? I recommend doing that, and just get the Harriers and camp. That's all there is to it. But heaven forbid that I encourage camping. Heaven forbid. But the Pavlo itself, very good kill streak. Probably got half my kills this game from the Pavlo. Not that I've counted. If someone wants to count them, go ahead. But Pavlo is just a machine. It just owns everything, especially on Wasteland. So always put on the Pavlo if you're not sure what kill streaks to run. I think it's 9 kills isn't too hard to get to. I mean, the 15 kill streak for the EMP, that is pretty hard to get to without assistance. But I think 9 kills is good, and the Pavlo just goes to town. I think it's got 2 flares or 1 flare, but either way, it's still hard to take down, and honestly, that thing racks up more kills than Tony Blair. It's just a rape machine. If you didn't notice earlier, there's actually a guy trying to get outside the map here. You'll see he puts a tactical insertion near the outside, and then basically, once he gets painkiller on, walks straight through the radioactive bit, and from there you can snipe from outside the map. Pretty cheap tactic, not gonna lie, but it is possible, so if you have the patience to do that, then go ahead. Final question here, guys, before the video ends. This follows on from what XJaws and Blame Truth were talking about in their commentary. What I would say is, since the release of Modern Warfare 2, there has been a huge influx of commentators. Some really great ones, and then some other ones as well. But what I was going to ask was, out of all these new commentators, relatively new I mean, who would you say is your favourite, and why? Myself, I don't really have a personal favourite, although all the guys I'm subscribed to are all really good commentators in my opinion. So, without meaning to sound too pretentious, of all the new guys, who is your favourite? So, anyways, that'll be that, and thank you for watching the video, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and goodbye.